What's up? That's JT in the background. Contestant number one for Embracing the Horror. So far I think every time he's been next to me, there's been a trade which has done some extraordinary stuff. I know we're all watching in horror, if you will, with the OCZ. Now here's what I don't understand. Okay, you come to the website, you want to learn about trading, you want to do something. I told you that theory about fishing, right? Teach a man to fish, or give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime. I'm handing out fish every day, filleted, no bones, little white wine, some lemon, sprinkle some garlic on there for you. I'm cooking that shit up for you and handing it to you. Spit shine your silverware. You don't want to take it, do you? Where did I sell? I told you I was selling the OCZ, 90% of my position at $5.15. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? Has it dawned on you how this whole thing works yet? No, I guess not. At this point, no. You're always thinking I'm just tooting my own horn, talking about how great I am being a self-important douchebag. This is all for you people. You have to embrace the horror. I sell out of a stock, and it goes up 20% in the next couple of days. I wish I would tell you that I had 15,000 shares of OCZ right now, patting myself on the back, but I don't. I was up to 1,700 shares. I sold all but 100 shares. And the funny thing is, after they reported earnings yesterday, the stock was trading at 505 when I left the office. So I'm thinking, ooh, maybe things going to go back to 485, 450. Ooh, there I was thinking again. Stock opens up today at, where do we open up today? Close to 6. And this piece of shit $6 stock has tacked on another 10% on top of that. You can't make this shit up, people. Alright, so let's talk about the trade for today. It was the Netflix short, as my boy was a witness to. What do we learn about reversals? Suddenly they're working at 100% rate right now. I've been back watching stocks for the last 6 or 7 days. I told you I wasn't really active in September, October, November, December. Just started watching. Got my scanners up again. Every single reversal, I'm talking about every single one, has worked. Green to red, red to green, you know the whole thing. So we had the Netflix today. So where am I getting in? We were shorting Netflix at 188, 187.88. So we preempted our strike by shorting it at 188. So then it crossed over 187.88. And I put it in a bid at 187.50. And I quickly looked over to my boy JT. I said, here's where, this is how it happens. I'm trading a stock that's worth $187 and I'm trying to make 40 cents on the thing. If you think about it, that's not a lot of money. Because if things are going to pull back, it's going to pull back in a 2-point or a 3-point increment. So there I was taking my 40 cents. And then you know what? The stock actually trickled back up a little bit, making me feel good about myself just for this split second. And then it rolled over and went down 2 points. And he was here to witness it. So if you're wondering what you'd be paying for, you'd be paying for that. When you join T3, you're going to get my genius folly on a daily basis. Plus you're going to get all the other self-important douchebags that want to tell you about how smart they are also. It's going to be one big happy family. Of course, as your leader, Jesus Christ of Wall Street will reappear from time to time, and of course we'll have the Friday show, and then we'll take callers every day at noon is what we're planning. We'll take some of your calls, and then you'll also have these genius picks. Now the OCZ is why this trading reminds me so much of 1999, because why did I buy JBL? Somebody mentioned to me, take a look at JBL, the stock's acting nice, because we were talking about smartphone doodad chip stocks that's going to partake in the smartphone revolution. I'm not I'm not the only one thinking about doing that. So we're looking at the JBL. Next thing you know, I'm reading an article about JBL over there, getting my son a haircut. There's another Smart Money article about JBL. Boom! JBL. 5 points. That's how it was working in 1999. 1999 was so easy. There was a company called Siberian Outpost. I still don't even know what they do, or did. They were shooting squirrels, or they were shooting some sort of furry animal out of a cannon. Hysterical commercial. Shooting squirrels out of a cannon. Next day I bought the stock. Didn't give a shit. I think the symbol was COOL, COOL, Siberian Outpost. Trust me, the stock doesn't exist anymore. I think there's actually another symbol, COOL, now. Some other company took over the symbol in a shell offering, I'm sure. The stock went up, I don't know, 200%. That's how easy it was. Brings me to this other stock that I briefly mentioned in the chat room, even though I know nobody pays attention, BSQR. About a week and a half ago. I said, here's a stock I would normally not buy. BSQR. Thing was a $2 stock in July. I'm going to really buy the stock at $8 right now. But same thing happened. Somebody asked me if I know about B Square. I was like, what's B Square? He's like, I don't know, they got something going on in telecommunications, blah, software, blah, 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 blah. So I looked at it. And then the funny thing is, the next thing you know, I'm reading an article about B Square in some paper. I think it was Investors Business Daily or maybe the Journal. I'm thinking, no way, I know this stock somewhere. So I was like, screw it. If I'm hearing from it on different angles, I'm in. I bought it at $8. Next thing you know, this thing's at $10. Where is it today? All right, I sold it at $10. Now it's $11.50. I think it hit 12 yesterday. You catching on? Catching on, my newbie friends who don't understand how to embrace the horror. And then we have the cream of the crop, AIG. I know what you're thinking. AIG? That garbage, manipulated government stock. Exactly. Think about it. I know all about it. Think about it, what you just said to yourself. That manipulated piece of shit, government owned, that fucker shouldn't even be a stock anymore. How can they still be in business? Exactly. When nothing makes sense and the stock still goes up, that's the stock you have to buy. I haven't looked at AIG in a while. I totally forgot about the stock because I've been out of the loop. When it broke $40, 40 and change, the thing was a no-brainer, as they like to say in the industry. No-brainer. Here's what I'm telling you about AIG. I don't care about what the government's doing. I don't know if they're issuing warrants. They're selling off this part of the company, that part of the company. AIG is going to $80, and then when it goes to 80, it's going to go to 100. And then when it goes to 100, it's going to go to 120. Do you want to know why? Because that's why. That's why, again, the stock market is like 1999 all over again. By the time you get done analyzing why you're about to do some trade, you've already missed 20%. And then when you're thinking about it, like PCX, as I'm thinking about buying it back every day, then it goes up another 10%. Then it becomes to the point where you're like, holy shit, I just missed a stock going up 100%, and you're still thinking about buying it, and you don't buy it, it goes up another 20% the next day, and then so forth and so on. What you're forgetting is that in all my irresponsible banter about the market being manipulated by the government, being controlled by the Skynet and the Matrix, how it's all pre-programmed, it is. It is. How many things do I have to be correct about to believe in the Matrix, Skynet, government theory? Think about it. And they're still saying how the common investor isn't involved in the stock market. That's good. That's good. Let the Matrix take it up. The Matrix is there. The Matrix is out there trying and waiting to hurt you. When the Matrix feels that 90 to 95% of the people are bullish, that's when the Matrix will start to sell the market off. And that might not happen till March of this year. Maybe some April selling. But you know what I say, right? Dow 20,000, NASDAQ 5,000, every stock to 1,000. You know Google's going to go up to $1,000 a share at some point, right? You know it's going to happen, right? Don't you? You just have to believe. Hopium, belief, faith, all the reasons that you buy stocks. Get stupid. Get really, really stupid. That's the only way you're going to make money. Stupid as you are. And do you know why the AIG trade is working? Because that's stupid trade number one. I went against everything, that every fiber inside me, how much I despise AIG, and I put that aside. I saw it selling off yesterday. I took that as a buying opportunity, which is what you should be doing. Now listen, AIG could fall to $40 with all this nonsense of the government, blah, 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 blah. But let's look at it as like a penny stock, because that's what it really is. Remember, the stock did a 20-for-1 reverse split. So really, the stock's a $3 stock. So can't you see it just going from $3 to $20? Or it could go from $3 to $1 back to $5. It's a manipulated piece of shit. But you know what? They're gonna manipulate this bitch all the way to the 80 bucks, then to 100, and then to 120. Think about it.
I would much prefer Krull.